Hello, everybody. This is your girl. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. And we got some bad weather, right? I know you're saying, why y'all have all this bad weather? But anywho, we are here to just take our second class. This is our second class with having someone to make a difference in your life. Again, thank everybody for who has come out to show some love and tell me all the things you want to see and what happened. So I got a bill, I got a board, and I wrote some things down. So to answer a lot of questions. Okay, so first of all, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I want you to know, if you haven't, please go get screened for your mammograms, ladies. Please go get screened for your mammograms. Um, it's important. It's so important. So I had mine the other day. So got my results today, and so I'm okay. All right. So thank you, and all those who are in the struggle, who are going through something. Uh, I feel your pain. I know so many people who have been going through some things, and it's not easy. It's really not easy. One day I had 3 clients in here, and between the 3 clients, they had breast cancer 7 times, and still going through chemo. So let's pray for those who are in the struggle. Cool. We're going to be talking about a lot of things tonight. This is actually our second class. If you stay with me to the end, I will go over some things, some pricing for some things you asked for. And if you have to leave, please come back and see the whole video, because all of my videos are packed with so much knowledge and so much wisdom. If it's your first time seeing me tonight, my name is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, international fashion designer, radio host on Saturdays with CAC Radio here in Orlando, Florida. Um, Owner of stores, master of a whole bunch of stuff, and I just want to share it. I want to share the love. I want to share my struggles and triumphs that I had with sewing. Everything that I own, every single thing that I own comes from sewing. The things that you see around me in the background, I do buy other things in the store because a lot of my clients have to have it right then. Try to fix my hair. They have to have it right then, so I do have some right then items. But tonight, I'm be honest with you, I'm really not a. I like to be behind the scenes and make everybody else look good. So for me to be out in front and out loud, it's because I see the urgency of what we can do and make a difference in our families, in our community, and in our country. I got off track last week because I started talking about how we stopped sewing. The reason we stopped sewing is because America always built or had you to be ready for the next industry. And when I was coming up, there were factories in America. So sewing was taught in school because your job was going to be able to go work in the factory. So when the factories went to China and other countries, not just China, but all of the industry went to other countries, they took it out of school. So they wasn't training you to go to learn how to do shop and cooking and so forth. They're telling you, teaching you how to do more computer, more social items, more things that's more cyber items. So we lost that, and it really hurt us a lot because now we don't even know our size. If you want to make some money quick, find somebody who shop on Amazon, because everything there's not a day that goes by that I don't get something to fix from Amazon. Okay. So there's a lot of money in sewing, and I'm gonna tap on a lot of things. I'm gonna try not to keep you late, but if you are Donna, who's on her lunch break. Donna came by today. She's I call her a YouTube sniper. She came in and she said, "Hey, I see you." So Donna, this is for you. Okay, Donna, this is for you because you're on your lunch hour and you're watching us live. Those individuals who are have already joined as members that signed up. We got some great people who signed up, and I want to thank you. I'm going to call your name out. I'm going to make sure I post your name, and I'm going to make sure that you know how much I appreciate you. Those are people who bought a subscription because this channel is growing so fast. Although I've been on YouTube for 8 years, yes, I'm not a newbie. I've been on YouTube for 8 years, but because I'm talking about really you making money on your sewing craft, it's exploding. Uh, Even last night when I went home, our insurance went up $250. So my husband and I, we had to pay $2,000 for health insurance a month. So guess where that extra money got to come from? It's got to come from me sewing. So, that is crazy. So I want to inspire you. If I'm nudging you, raise your hand. If I'm giving you a nudge, raise your hand because that's what my goal is. First of all, we're going to talk about what you can do right now to make some more money sewing. Now, before I do that, I'm a Walmart woman. I mean, I like talking about Walmart. This is a book. This is a book I want you to read. It's by Sam Walton. This is how he looked. This is the man this was the first multimillionaire in the country. I have to tell you this first before I go to the next page. I have to go in line because I'd be all over the place sometimes. But this guy here wanted to have affordable things in your home. And if you're starting a business, those who are going to start with me, learning running your own business, those who are going to sign up to learn how to do business, you have to get this book. Just don't make sure you don't get it in Spanish. Okay, I'm taking Spanish right now, so make sure you don't get it in Spanish. But this will tell you all the secret sauce on how to be a wonderful, wonderful millionaire in business. His name is Sam Walton, and this Sam Walton came after TGNY. If you're old enough to know TGNY, TGNY was a store before Sam's, before Walmart, and that's where I used to buy my fabric from. TGNY stood for uh, toys, games, and yo-yos. Okay, but that's where you bought your fabric, and you could buy remnant fabric. Well, that chain went out of business, and Sam Walton took on. So I'm showing you my age. Okay, my first place of buying fabric was TGNY, and now we have Sam's and Walmart, and now Sam's and Walmart have scaled down a whole lot. And they don't hardly sell fabrics, but they do have some good stuff in there. I'm gonna take y'all shopping. I promise you that, and I'm gonna do that. But Sam Walton teach you how to be a good customer. And before you make money sewing, you got to be a good person. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to keep it real tonight. Okay? You can make a wonderful item, but you can have a horrible attitude. Sewing is emotions. It is energy. Sewing is energy. So when you sew something, you have to give good energy, and that person will be a customer for life. So you have to be a good person. Now say if you just say if you're a person and you're really not a happy person or a polite person, but you make good items, then get someone else to sell it for you. In the artist industry, there's a lot of great artists, but they're not really sociable. So they have someone else to sell their item. Okay. And you have to learn that. Sometimes your personal life can make you not be a happy person, but you can be happy doing your craft. Raise your hand. Okay. Well, if you do great things, then get someone else to sew your items. Make sure you can see me well. Get someone else to sell your items. If you make your craft, get someone else to sell your items, because sewing has to be something that's sold that make the person feel good. So I got to make sure I go in chronological order, because you can have a great item, you can make a great garment, and then you just have a horrible attitude. Well, nobody's going to buy from you. When I was on the circuit, when I say circuit means sewing all over the world, the people that was around me, if they were happy and I were happy, I would bring my music, then we all could make money because we were happy. If someone came to work and they had a bad day and they weren't feeling good, their sales tanked because they didn't give the energy to the customer. Sewing is not like food, like you got to have it. Sewing is energy. There's no other way. Money is energy. If you see money, you just get happy. If you're about to give you $100 bill, you feel good. So money gives off energy. Okay. If you look at your bank account and didn't have no money, you have poor energy. You like, what? Well, let me tell you something. If you start sewing, you'll create energy and you'll create that bank account that you're looking for. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you create the bank account that will make you feel good and that you can pass on to generations. Now, first, I'm going to tell you some things that you should be thinking about if you are going to be sewing. Do you know one of the best kept secrets to making money in sewing is making pet clothing? Well, Evelyn, I don't have a pet. Well, guess what? Go buy a teddy bear. Go buy a teddy bear. I'm telling you, if you don't know how to sew anything, people will buy pet clothing before they buy their own clothing. And you can take a piece of fabric and you can take called pink and shears, and you can cut a little bandana for a puppy or a dog or a cat, and you can make money selling pet clothing. I'm going all the way to the bottom, okay? When I say bottom means simple. I want you to know that you can make money sewing. If you're trying to figure out what can you make, do not forget pet clothing, and especially at Halloween time. People love to dress their pets and they love to dress their pets like themselves. If you have a neighbor or a friend and they love their pet and you said, "Let me make you something for your pet or your cat and yourself." That's a quick sale. And when they go out to walk that dog, they or that cat, they don't have to walk a cat, but if they went out with their pet, they love to match. So that's a good gem for the holidays. Um, Christmas wreaths, the wreaths, the grapevine wreaths are very easy to make and to maneuver. You can take some burlap string, or you can even make a fabric, fold it real small and make it like the twine, or make it a small thin, and you can make some nice Christmas wreaths. If you're in a neighborhood and there's nobody have anything on their door, put one on your door, and I guarantee you'll be making Christmas wreaths. Christmas wreaths can be anywhere from 45 to $250 selling Christmas wreaths. You can do face painting for the holidays. If you're looking for some quick money, you can do face painting. You can do alterations. Okay, why did that happen? You can do alterations. Okay, let me tell you why this is going on. You know what? I'm gonna look right here. The 2.99 and the 5.99, this is what we need that money for, so we can get you some good equipment so I can stay online, because somehow when we get into the good stuff, it want to just click off for me. But stay with me. We're gonna upgrade quickly, because he said ask and you shall receive. I'm gonna ask and I'm gonna receive, and we're gonna make sure from now on we are on the point, because we got a lot of money to make. Okay, so you know how to sell. You came from you learning from the best of the best. Everything you see came from here, and then now you're going to implement it. Now I'm gonna tell you about. I do a lot of reading, and I want you to know why, because I want to know how to be the best, and I want to teach the best. There's a person that said they were down to their last $50 million. Who said that? Someone said, I got down to my last $50 million. And if I didn't get it, I was going to lose everything. Now, I know this is controversial, but I'm going to tell it like it is, because I read on both sides of the aisle. I want to know how you got where, and how can I get there, and what did you do? Okay. The reason I'm saying that is because sewing is an entrepreneurial spirit. Entrepreneurs getting your business together. Now, you can be an entrepreneur and you can be public, meaning that you got your business structure there, or you can be an entrepreneur where you're private and you do things for yourself and you get the bargains, meaning like you buy things and you just sew for yourself. To make this story short, this person is now one of the richest persons in the world. And what he did was he got all in. Now, if you're going to take my life story, which you've been reading, my life story, I have 473 videos on this channel. And you can read one per day and still have some change left. Okay. Those are real life stories. Those are intimate things that I tell you that I want you to avoid, that make you a success. Because we got to start passing the baton for the next generation. Well, this particular person is one of the richest people in the world. And he thought $50 million was loose change. That's a Caribbean term, okay? He thought $50 million was loose change. So what he said was, I got down with all of my employees. I slept in my business. I woke up in my business. I wore the same clothes so I won't think about what I'm going to wear the next day. And I wanted them to try with every single thing. I got down to the last day and I had to make it work or I was going to lose everything. And his name, drum roll please, whether you like him or not, he's a very wealthy man, but his work ethics were impeccable. He learned from Sam Walton, and his name is Elon Musk. Okay. Now, he slept on the floor with all of his cars, and he needed somebody to invest in him. And the last day and the last hour, someone wired him another $50 million. He had two cars that he needed to go public. He needed $50 million to go public. And so he actually was able to make both of those cars, and that's what saved his business. And now he's one of the most wealthiest men in the world. So I say that to tell you that we got to put some skin in it. You got to get a little bit more. If I'm nudging you, I'm going to push you till you say, okay, okay, okay. I'm going to look, sewing, they'll be at the front door when you come in the door. They'll be at the back door when you get out. They will come. They will come far and near. Now, for those people who are saying they can't find any customers or they can't find any customers or they're not paying me what I'm worth. Let me tell you, I'm biblical. So everything I tell you is from my life and from me reading the Bible. So everybody is not a Bible reader. I understand that. So everything I tell you is biblical. It's what is worked. So I'm saying that because some people don't like that, but I want you to know that's what I'm saying. Peter said, they told him, this is the person that was fishing. Throw your cast on the other side for the fishermen that couldn't find any fish. That means you can't find any food. You can't find any sales. Well, that's because you're looking too close. You're looking right there. You're gonna have to go to the other side. Like my sales today was all in the UK. They weren't. My online sales was all in the UK. So you got to put yourself out there so people can find you. It may not be that person right next to you. And that person next to you may hurt your feelings. Like they may not like what you make or they might not like how you make it. And they'll hurt your feelings and then you don't want to sew anymore. Hit delete. If you make something for someone, hit delete. Yesterday, a lady came in here. She said, Evelyn, you messed up my dress. I didn't like the dress. I took it apart and I did it again. I said, really? What happened? She said, don't worry about it. And she brought me two more dresses. She brought me two more dresses, paid my price, and she went out the door. Okay. Because I'm a person, if I do something wrong, give me a chance to fix it. But I like when people tell me off because it makes me stronger. That's what I said. Tell me off and make me strong. You got to have thick skin. You got to have thick skin. Look, I'm a Harley Davidson rider. I'm a Honda Goldwing rider. And they've been at it for over 100 years. Some people like them. Some people hate them. So you're going to have people that like your work. You're going to have people that love your work. And you're going to have people that just say, I won't go to them no more. And I'm going to tell you this. If you are a sewist and someone comes to you from somebody else and they talk about their sore, don't engage in it. Just say, how can I help you? Because we all have bad days. We all have bad days. And if we're allowed to change it or fix it, we will. Because some people you just cannot please. But don't let that stop you from making your money. We got too many people closing up their sewing machines, putting them in the closet and crying and saying, oh, I can't do it. You get a review, you cry. No, you get a review, you go back. I got videos on review. Get a review, talk to them, say, how can I make it happen? And guess what? You can turn it 1 star into a 5 star. Okay. When you give an item, when you sell an item or you send an item, if you got some items, some things you have, excuse me, send a gift. send a gift with that item. If you make somebody a hat and you got a little bit of more fabric, give them a scarf with that hat. There is never a day that I send somebody an item that I don't put a gift. A gift will give you 99.9% of the time a 5 star, or it'll give you grace if something doesn't fit. If they didn't read it and they didn't write it down, or they didn't remember to put the size of the hat, or they didn't tell you that they wear extensions, or they have locks and their head is a little larger than the average head, they'll say 1 star, 2 star because it didn't fit. But if you put a gift in there of any type, a necklace, a scarf, or a bracelet, something that's extra, that's when you bought those extra items that you saw to make your sales go higher. You do that. Okay. So give a gift with your items to get the 5 star. But right now is the time to start selling. Sell like a homeless person. I love, I love homeless people, and I love their tenacity. I love that they will get out there and ask for what they need. And that's what I want you to do. If you did your homework and you made something last week, this is class number 2 now. If you made something last week, raise your hand, get on there, type, tell me what you made. If you made a scarf, if you made a hat. Someone asked, do you still do infinity scarves? Yes. And what's nice about infinity scarves is that if you want it back into a regular scarf, you can just cut the bottom and hem it. Okay. The reason I'm telling you to make scarves is because I want you to make some quick items. I want you to get your speed up. Now, if you're already sewing and you have a website and you just need to be nudged, or you're not doing it, go back and refresh your items, take better pictures of your items, and also make sure that your hand is on the item. Touch the item. If you're making a bracelet, touch the bracelet. Show it in your hand. Okay. If you got bad hands, just show the palm of your hand. Okay. But make sure they see that it is actually handmade. Now, if you have items, say you have, I'm going to go high. Okay, I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna keep talking. So if the screen is going crazy, but I'm gonna go high. And if you go to sell something, then I want you to make sure that when you sell it, that you have enough inventory to make more. And then if you're making more, what I want you to do is I want you to go to having at least 30% more items. I want you to have 30% more items than what you have. Okay? Because if you have 30% more items, you're gonna sell more. Think of it like this. And thanks for staying with me, because when y'all give me these donations, this ain't gonna happen next week. But what I want you to do is, when you have more items, think of yourself as going into the store. And if the store only had 4 items, or if you went to buy a car and they only had 4 cars, would you buy a car from a person who only had 4 cars? No, you would buy a car who was vested, who had items. So as you're making your items, and if you have a small space, make sure you're making items that's collapsible, or that you can build your inventory up. So if you go to a trade show, I'll show you how to do a trade show. I'm gonna tell you real quick. If you go to a trade show, if you're doing something at your church or you're doing an event, don't set up like you're selling insurance. Okay, selling insurance is where you got to go because they got something that you need. Set up your trade show like a U, like a U, like this, like the field goal. Set up it where you have, if you got 2 racks, put 2 racks on the side, and if you got jewelry, you put your jewelry in the back. The reason being is because people are bigger, and they want to come in and they want to feel comfortable, and they may not want everybody to see what you're selling. So set your booths up, because there's going to be people calling you and asking you, would you set up for my church? Would you set up for my hair show? Would you set up for my fashion show? So what you do is you set your booth up like a U, you draw your customer in, you give them a card, or if you don't have a card, if you got 1 card, take a picture of your card and text it to them. Okay, these are people who are on a low budget. So I did that before. I didn't have but 1 card, took a picture, texted to them. So set your booth up, bring them in, make the transaction, and always have a chair in the back corner. So when your customers come in and they want to do business or they want to do the credit card transaction, they have room in the back of the booth that they feel private. Okay. And that's how you set up and that's how you make more money. If you can, give them nice bags, make it feel like a gift and a present. In exchange, ask, can you get their cell number or their email address and keep them as a customer for life. Okay. Now I'll tell you about customers for life. You can get some customers and they want you to just sew for them all the time. I got some customers like that. I can't even sew for them because they will not allow me to sew anything else. All they have endless amount of money and they just want you to sew for them. I love them dearly, but I like to do different things and I like to be a little bit more to other clients. But you're going to get there. You're going to have customers every week. They're going to want an outfit. Every 2 weeks, they're going to want an outfit. So that's why I say make multiple things so that you can keep yourself fresh and you can keep yourself going great. Now, the stock keepers up 30%. Customer service went over that. Pet clothing. Okay, now I want you to when you're making your items and you're going out and you say, well, I don't have that I don't have that much merchandise. You can sell things that are prepped. Okay. Everybody would like to have everything finished. You don't have to have everything finished, even if you're making pillows. Someone said they're making pillows. If you're making pillows and you have, say, 5 or 6 or a dozen pillows, you can have some prep pillow casings for other pillows. So what I'm working on with you is to make you think outside the box. Get hungry. If you get hungry, you will not starve. I promise you. If you put it in the universe, when you go to bed at night, remember what I said? Thank him. Thank him for your blessings. Before your feet hit the ground, thank him for your blessings. Now, when you get up, you got to work. I'm going to tell you another story. The lady in the Bible that had all this debt. This is my favorite story in the Bible. She had all this debt and her husband died and she didn't have no way to pay her bills. And back in the biblical times, if you had debt, you had to actually give your children a way to pay your debt off for a year. Can you believe that? She had sons. Her husband died. She had all this debt. He was the breadwinner. Okay. Somebody in our house was a breadwinner, but that could be turned around in a minute. You start sewing. He was the breadwinner. He died. She went and asked his brother, her brother-in-law, hey, he died. Can you help me pay my bills? He said, nah, them your bills. Nah, I can't help you with your bills. What you got in your house? She said, all I got is some oil. So they said, well, you need to go out and get them boys to go and get all them vessels. So this is somebody, what I'm saying about this can be, she was too old to go to work. She was too feeble to go to work, but she had a mind. She had a mind to ask. And he said, no, use that mind to go out and generate some wealth. Okay. So she had her sons to go get vessels. She had the oil, which is like olive oil. She poured all the oil, had more than enough, borrowed all the vessels and paid off all the bills, and she kept her son. So what I'm saying is that we got the talent. We have the talent to get out of debt. We have the skill set to get out of debt. We got sewing machines in our closet. We got fabric in bins. We have enough to get out of debt. So I'm here to shake. I'm shaking you like this. I'm shaking you. This is my last story for the night. Then I'm going to tell you what we're doing. I'm shaking you because this is what happens. When a bird has a baby, the bird goes out and he feeds the baby, feeds the baby, feeds the baby. And right in the back of my store, I see this about when I come out of here like 1 o'clock in the morning. But the bird keeps feeding the baby. They go over to the lake. They get a fish. They come up. They feed the baby. Fish scales drop down. And then when it's time for that bird and that mama bird and daddy bird tired of feeding them birds, they say, okay, when it's all quiet, late at night, 1 o'clock, midnight at night, when everybody done left the parking lot, they at the top lights, right? So when they up there, guess what happened? That mama bird will give you one time. She take you up. She done fed you. You getting too heavy. She clean you up. You go outside. You see all that bird stuff on your car. That bird clean them birds. Make sure they clean. And she dropped that bird down. And when she dropped that bird down, that bird don't fly. She'll if she see that bird ain't gonna make it, she'll scoop it up and then she'll give one more time. But after that second time, she don't go back to that. You got to be on your own. But 99% of the time, the bird will start flying. So what I'm here to do is I'm here to shake your nest. I'm here to shake your nest and get you up and start flying and get those sewing machines to sewing. And I want you to soar. I want you to take over your household, take over your community, have more than enough, and show somebody else how to sew because we're in a crisis and we don't have enough people sewing. We don't even know our size. That's why they put an X in it. And it's a lucrative business that's just waiting on you to go out and get the customers that you desire. Now, did enough storytelling. That's from my Ruby D days because I used to sew at Ruby D, Ossie Davis things. And I used to work with Shaq's mother, making Shaq mom some dresses. So I've been around for a while. I done did stuff with Whitney Houston. I done did stuff for Patti LaBelle. So I done been out there. So I'm not telling you something I haven't done. I'm telling you because I want you to get it. You got to get it right now. Okay. So when you start doing these items and you start making these things happen, I want you to reward yourself with a nice meal. Don't just sew and give it all to a bill. Reward yourself to a nice meal. And if you need some guidance, if you can save $25 to $50 a week or a month, there's two investments. And these are two investments. Now, I don't make any money from this. I'm telling you what worked for me. I'm not an affiliate, but two investments that I think are great for sewers and seamstresses. First one is Putnam Investments. You can put $25 in Putnam Investments and just, if you don't even do nothing but leave just $25 in there, it will grow. Another one is Primerica. Both of these I've been with over 25 years. Primerica is a good place to park some money and it'll give you reports. Both of these will give you reports every month or every quarter, not every month, every 3 months. And then if you need the money, you can take it. Okay, your money can grow and you can take it because sometimes we get so busy and we start making so much money. Can you imagine that? Sometimes you make so much money, you just be paying everything and you think everything is going to be great because it's great. And then life happens and then you need some money or you need to pay some bills or you need to do something. And those little couple of places that I park my money, it have worked for me. Now I tried Robinhood. I'm still not good at Robinhood, but I tried other places, but those are places that I would strongly recommend up and coming seamstress, people who need to just say, I got something going for me. $25. Make your first $25, invest it back. Second $25, invest it back. But when you get to that fourth $25, put it somewhere, park it somewhere so you can make some money. Now, I'm through talking for this. I'm finna tell you what about. If you stay to the end, I haven't asked you to like and subscribe because you guys are subscribing well. You're watching well. And today alone, we got over 10,000 people watching my channel. Okay. I took y'all shopping today. So you're watching my channel. But what I want you to know is that, first of all, I appreciate you. And second of all, I want you to know that we have power. We have 80,000 people looking at this channel right now. So we have a lot of power. So we can get that power. We can hone that power. And the only way we can get that power is we become a member. If you become a member, I can go and say, look, I want this because I have this many people that are wanting things and need things at a great price. So to be a member now, because my membership is growing so high, YouTube took me, it was $1.99. Now they took it to $2.99 and then $5.99. The more people watch, then YouTube raised the price to be a member. Okay. I have no control over that. But even at $1.99, $2.99, $5.99, the things I've taught, the things I've said so far, with 473 videos, is worth every penny and more. Okay, everything in life is not free, and if it is free, it's still not free because somebody took the time to give it to you, or to take it, or to make it, or to bring it to you, or gas to get you there. Okay, for those people who want to be a member. Now, everybody that's watching this channel, everyone that's watching this channel, if you subscribe to this channel and you see something that you like, you don't have to pay nothing. Okay, I want you to know that. But I will give you a discount if you buy off my website. If you say I watch you on YouTube because you took the time to watch me, and because you took the time to share it with somebody else, you automatically get a 25% discount. And for those who have items that are selling the items, price your items. Look at the last video what I talked about pricing. Price your items so you can give a 25% discount. Okay. So I'm gonna drink some water so I can tell you the rest. I am actually an asthma child right now. I had got COVID, and when I got over COVID, the results was me having asthma. So I am working hard, and if you saw the videos me outside, I'm gonna return. Asthma ain't gonna have me for long because I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, but this is the price structure right here. If you just want to be on a monthly basis, this is how we can control the price, because YouTube, the more people that view my channel, they're going to keep raising this up. All right. And I have no control over that, but I do have control of this. I do have control of my prices, and I do have control of my value and things that I want to give you. Okay. If you want to just give a donation tonight, if there's anything that you have seen and you want to give a donation to this channel so that I can give you better lighting, better efficiency, and give you all the bells and whistles, then you can go. They call me on the road mud cloth lady. Hashtag mud cloth lady. Mud cloth is my favorite item, and this is the name it's under. So if you just want to give a donation, $1, $2, $5, whatever your heart desire, and you love this channel, I'm asking you tonight. He said you have not because you asked not. I'm asking you to give a donation to the Cash App. And if you don't want to give a donation to the Cash App, you can just look up my number in the descriptions, and you can call, or you can go on PayPal and you can put my name in there, and then you can pay something through PayPal. But that's if you just want to say, look, I don't want to do no membership. I just want to give you a love offering. That's what I'm asking for right there. Okay, now the structure. If $10 a month, $10 a month give you the coupons. It give you all the latest fabrics like this, like this. If you have a fabric that you want, I'm gonna find it for you. Okay, so $10 a month, it gives you all. It gives you just a little bit of what's going on, the in the know. Okay, if you want to be talking and you want me to talk back to you, everybody, I've returned your messages. I had 649 messages. I returned all your messages. If you want me to go in depth with whatever you're trying to work on and you need some help, this is regular. You can pay by the year. It's $100 for the year. Okay. If you need a mentor, if you are sewing and you are doing well and you need a mentor just to say, Evelyn, what is it that I could do to do this? How can I make money for this? How can I feel good about sewing? I'm depressed and I need some help. How do I set up my room to make it good for me? Or how do I get started with sewing? I just want a mentor. Okay. And this could be on video, or this could be live chat. This can be what is it? Zoom, you know. So that right there for a mentor for the whole entire year. Now, mentorship is usually $100 to $200 an hour. All right. But this is $500 for the year if you need a sewing mentor. That's what it is. This is not trying to break the bank. This is just to help you get to where you can be really good at what you're doing, and you need to see results right now. This is a right now. Okay. Um, the sewing online, If you want to know how to sew online, you want to know how to make sales, you know, want to know how to price your items. If you want to know, like what fabrics to go with what areas can I do this? How do I get clients in different countries? How do I price items in different countries? For example, I made some things yesterday for the UK, and it cost me actually, even though the shipping was like $65 for a small box, they still had to pay $38 in tariffs on the other end. So we can try to show you how to cut that down so you can keep getting those sales. So this is for somebody that already knows how to sew, or someone who's ready to really get going sewing, and they want to sew and they want to be online and they want to sell, because you cannot not go online. Okay. You have to sell something online, and even online, meaning like you show a picture to someone and they ship, or you can ship it to them, or they can pick it up. You can even have services. If you sew at home, you can have services just like Uber Eats, where you can put something online that you do this, it can pick up the item, take it to you, you fix it, and they ship it back. Isn't that cool? So if you need to know how to make sales, how to sew, how to go online, this is for the whole year. That package is $750. Now, if you are a beginner, this is the deluxe package. Okay. If you're a beginner, or if you sew and you still want to know all the bells and whistles, getting the business, getting your business license, getting your website, learning your sales, your website and your sales, learning how to ship, how to do sales, sales meaning that sales and saving at the same time, how to buy real estate, and how to start your own YouTube channel. If you want the whole package, it's going to take a year to get you through all this, because you want to get it and you want to know it well. Okay. This is how we do it. And what'll happen with this group, we will be opening up a school, SKOOL, and then everybody can talk to each other. You can share your outfits, you can share your projects with each other, you can talk with each other, you can share each other. And then I will be able to help you to hone in your skills so that you get results. This particular channel is not just a channel for you to just sew. This is a channel for you to sew and succeed. This is a channel for you to get results. Now, whether you want to sell your gift meaning your talent or not, that's on you. But this right here course, this is called Evelyn's Creations Boot Camp. Okay? Evelyn's Creative Boot Camp, not Evelyn's Creation. This is Evelyn's Creative Boot Camp. Boot camp means boots on the ground. That means military. That means let's do it. You know what I mean? And we leave no soldier left behind. Okay, we work to our smallest or our weakest link. So when we do boot camp, that means that everybody wins. Okay, we work to our weakest link. So we leave nobody left behind. So you let me know what level you are. You can inbox me. You can say, hey, I'm ready for this package. I'm ready for that package. Or if not, or I'm not. You can still keep watching for free. Okay. I'm gonna still be doing videos. I'm gonna still be encouraging you to get to the next level. But I will ask you to at least give a donation so that we can get better equipment, better lighting, so that you can be able to see me better and that you can ask me questions. Okay. And that's what I'm gonna do. Now it's gonna see. I'm gonna see real quick if I can answer some questions. So I'm gonna go to my other phone. If you have a questions, I'm gonna start answering some questions before we sign off. Hold on. Again, thank you all for. Okay, I'm getting a lot of thank yous and so forth. I was trying to see. Okay, somebody said they made a scarf because they were sewing bandanas together. That's awesome. Um, Someone made a dress and a corset and a coat. Corsets are very difficult. If you make corsets, you do the boning and so forth. So that's great. Um, let's see here. Oh, okay, okay. I see Outlast. Okay. Teenagers still going on. I see a lot of comments. If I didn't answer your question, please continue to write them. I will answer every question directly. These also they show you when I'm doing these items right here. I want you to know that I will be able to be you will be able to talk to me live by phone too. It won't be that you can't talk to me at all. It won't be anything like that. Okay, I'm working on a cap. I'm working on a cape, adding bias tape as as a swatch as I watch. Oh, great, Gloria! Thank you, Gloria. Okay, I don't know what I can make. My sewing machine is right in front of me. Girlfriend, you can make a scarf. You can make a headband. You can make you can make a hat band. If you got some hats, you can make a hat band. Someone pink, you made a satin robe. Okay. I made a bag. Oh, a makeup bag and a fat. Ooh, that's great, Judith. All right. Let's go back to the top and see if I made. Good evening. Arkansas is here. My first live. Thank you. Donna at work is here. Oh, don't do that to me. Keep hanging in there with me, guys. Okay. Aloha from Hawaii. Great idea. Okay. Someone made something for I made something for Dallas Cowboys. That is awesome. You know, all these companies are looking for swords. In fact, if you're watching me right now and you're in the Miami or Fort Lauderdale area, there is a crisis going on in Fort Lauderdale. There are people who need sewers because of ICE. These people have been taken away from Miami, and they have a serious shortage of seamstresses and sewers and tailors in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So if you know anyone in that area that sews, please reach out to me and I can give them the information. There is a shortage of sewers. Okay. I'm not sure what type of sewing, but there is a serious shortage of sewers right now in Miami. Okay, someone, Miss White says she made a handful of things. That is awesome. Okay, I want to just shout out you all. I'm making a cape. I'm working on a cape, adding bias tape. Okay, great. Okay, someone that works with Prime America. That's great. That's great. And we can, that'll be great. You know what? That'll be great to get someone in and talk to us all and see how we do that. That's good. My shop in Orlando is inside of the West Oaks Mall. It's the first mall when you come into Orlando. And if you look up when you come in the mall, my name is up top. We have 5 stores on the whole corner. I'm near JC Penney. So if you come into the mall, then I'm right there. Okay, somebody says be with Putnam. Good today is still doing strong. I'm gonna tell you about Putnam. I put one time I just had put $25 in Putnam, and when I looked at the account, I had like $1,900. I never added anything to that account. I had things to other accounts, but I didn't. So that's a great one. So if you like to just stack your money, stack what it called stack your paper, then do that. So it looks like I answered everybody's question, and I'm just so grateful. I want you to know you can do it. And I want you to start thinking like a wholesaler. Don't think like now this is if you're trying to make money selling. This is not if you this is not if you I'm still talking. So this is not if you are, this is not if you just want to sell for your individual self. So if you have an item that you're making, just try to make sure you can make enough of those items. Since I'm having issues again, and I know you all gonna help me with this. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations inside of the beautiful West Oaks Mall. And I want you to know that I'm with you and I am new with this. So this is definitely raw. If I could say hi to everyone, I'm saying it again, and I'm thanking you so much in advance because technical skills with laptops. If I have when I have a bigger screen that I can teach with you on it, and I can have a person that can be working with the technical skills because this is so important. And then when I went and looked at the last video, I'm like, you mean tell me they actually watched that video? But it's some good stuff in these videos, and nobody's gonna tell you. Let me tell you something. Nobody's gonna tell you how to make it successful because as a culture, we feel like if I tell them I can't get it, or if I tell them, then I'm not gonna make the money. It's more than enough money. That's why you see 4 gas stations on 4 corners. Okay. And all those 4 gas stations try to have the same price between 1 and 2 cents. All right. The reason that malls are successful, or when malls were successful, is because everybody came together and they had something to bring to the table. So when we pull this group of people that we have here together, and I can ask you, who's in Maryland that can do this? Who's in Arkansas that can do this? And we can merge the projects together and we can send customers to each other. Or we can make a handmade catalog that we can inject on a canvas screen, and we can send business to each other. Okay. For those who really got the energy to go to the post office, or who knows how to be savvy and put your time dates right where the mailman can pick up your orders, you can do that. I've coached a person right here in the mall how to be a multimillionaire, and they just sell games. So this particular videos that I'm talking about, even though my niche is a sewer or seamstress or painting hats, it can work for any skill set. Okay. It just, any skill set that you're honing in on, that you can that it can be a gift or it can be a blessing to somebody else, then this video is for you. So although my niche is sewing, your niche may be crocheting, your niche may be hats, it may be scarves, it may be quilting. And now this is what I want to tell the quilters. Quilters, it takes a long time. So I want you to think about other things. If you're a quilter and you need some extra money, just do some side items that can help you make money while you make your masterpiece. Because you're a quilter doesn't mean you should make less money. In other words, we're going to attract the people who have the money. We're going to gradually raise the prices to what they're really worth, but we're going to do side jobs with that. And I encourage everybody to do that. So it's called do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. Okay? Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. So if you got to make, like today, what I did, I made a shirt for a guy. I made some outfits for a lady, a plus size lady she has a formal this week. Um, I'm actually making some hemming some mistakes that Amazon did for a person today. So that's not what I want to do. I wanted to make I'm making these beautiful shawls with leather collars, and I'm gonna take y'all to that store too. The leather store where if you just want a little bit of leather and you want to make some things, I have to go to the leather store this week. So I'm gonna take you to the leather store. But do what you have to do until you do what you gotta do until you can do what you want to do, or do what you have to do to do what you want to do. So when you do that, you're gonna make a lot of money because the money gonna come in. Remember I told you about the water? So all these things in this store is extra things that people ask me for. And so I have those things available so I can upsell my items. And then I can, while they're buying those things, I can sew what I like to sew. Okay. Now, when I took you to the sewing, if those who didn't watch me earlier, when I took you to the sewing, the fabric store today, and I showed you all those beautiful high-end sewing machines, those sewing machines are good for great products, but they're not good for products that have natural fibers in it. So that's why I use the Walmart sewing machine, because sometimes I have some awkward stuff that I have to sew on. And if I get a $2,000 sewing machine, I don't want to sew that. I just want to sew really nice fabrics with that. But I have to do a variety of different projects. So the sewing machine, the Singer sewing machine, I think it's the 6600 sewing machine. That's what works for me. And it's good and it's small and it carries, and I can make thousands of dollars. And when I finish with it, I can use it for parts, like I said, and get another one. But I just want to encourage you to stay in the game. Stay in the game. Make some pet clothing. You don't have to have a pet. They buy stuff for their pet all day long. Put it on borrow somebody's pet, put it on a stuffed teddy bear, and people will buy it all day long. Pet clothing outsells human clothing, believe it or not. Pet clothing is the best kept secret. Um, and when you're sewing and you're having a hard time with that project, get up, walk away, sew something simple, and come back. For those who said I sold something and I had to leave it alone, I hadn't been back for 3 years. Well, let's get back in there. Let's get back in there and let's find something else to sew, and then get brave enough to figure it out. Because sometimes you have to step away, but don't close your sewing machine up. Make some nice things and just enjoy the sewing journey, and then get paid. And for those people, I'm going to leave you on this note. For those people who are in the struggle and feel like there is no way I can get out of debt, I want you to stop thinking that way. I want you to start thinking positive. Think positive all the time. If you're going somewhere and somebody's struggling to get the door open, start giving acts of kindness. When you start giving acts of kindness, then you receive more blessings. Just try it. If someone is elderly and they're trying to go in and you're in a hurry, slow down a minute and show acts of kindness. So when you get back to your sewing, you already got this air of good energy flowing, and you can sew through the rough times. Put on your favorite song and just be nice. Nice and smiling will help you get through your sewing journey. Find that place. If you're in a house that has a lot of confusion, it could be good confusion, like they're watching a game or they're making noise. Then sew in the middle of the night. Sew when everybody's sleeping. Find that happy place. Find that place where you can sew and you can get into it. Because most people sew late at night. And that's why I sew late. I sew late. I sew for people all day, but when the store closes, that's when I sew for me. Meaning I sew for my online clients. I sew for things that I want to sell, not what I gotta sell. I sold things that I want to sell. Now, when you want to sell something, be careful with that, because what you want to sell might not be what they want to buy. Be very careful with what you want to sell. Sell what they're gonna buy. And on that note, I will see you all. Please look around, see if there's something that you can do tonight to make this a better channel. The more we have, the more we can control, the more power we get, the more fabrics we can get, and we can get in bulk. And you can say what kind of fabric you want, and we can make it happen. Have a good evening. Bye bye.